Hey guys, it's Ashley from Bookaholics Anonymous, and this is going to be another book talk for Because of Low by Abby Glines. So this is the second book in the Seabreeze series, because it's got like 8 or 9 books if I'm not mistaken. So this is just the second one, but I'm definitely going to try to read them all. You don't have to read them in order because each story is about two different characters in the series. But I guess in a way it kind of helps because you learn about those characters that you read about in the book before or whatever, if that makes sense. I don't know. So, the first one was Breathe. I'm pretty sure I did a book talk on it, but I'm not sure if I uploaded it or not. And if I did, it's on my old computer, so I don't know. But anyways, this is the second one, like I said. And this one follows Marcus Hardy and Willow Lowe Foster. So Marcus Hardy was in the first book, and he was like a side character, but he worked for Jack Stone, I believe, in the mansion. He worked for Jack Stone, and he had fallen in love with another coworker, Sadie, who also worked for Jack Stone. And so, in the first story, he was kind of following Sadie around and wanted to win her affection, which did not happen. And so he gets his own story and his own kind of redemption or love story, I guess, where he realizes that Sadie wasn't the one and he's kind of moved on from her, and now he's got this new person he is falling for, which is Willow, or what she's called in the book is Low. But Marcus Hardy and Willow are from two different backgrounds. Marcus is kind of like the country club type boy who was brought up with anything and everything he could ask for. His father owns like a car dealership and all this other stuff. And Willow is from this really broken family from the other side of the tracks, I guess, if you want to say. And she's been left alone, like people abandon her and don't ever come back, so she's got that kind of going for her. And so the only person who's really around for her is another character who is Cage York, which I think the third book is his book anyways. But so she always falls back on Cage when things happen to her, and because both of them are from the same type of background and understand each other, and he would do anything for her. So that's kind of where that is. So we start the story with Marcus gets an apartment with Cage. They're not really like best of friends, but Marcus's friend Preston is friends with Cage because they're both on the baseball team. That's where he meets Cage, and he gets an apartment with Cage. And then one day, while he's at the apartment, Willow shows up. Willow shows up looking for Cage, and Marcus lets her in, lets her use his phone to call Cage, and he's like, he's not gonna call you back. He's out with some chick and all this other thing. And she's like, no, he will call me back. I know. She leaves a message. He calls her back, of course, because that's just the way their relationship is. But from that moment, Marcus starts to fall for Willow, and it's kind of their love story in a way, I guess you could say. And it has its ups and downs because while Marcus is from a different background than Lowe, he has family issues too that he's not willing to share with anyone, and he's not I mean, he's got issues too. He's got, things going on in his life that nobody knows about, and his life's not perfect like everyone thinks it is. Because you have his dad cheating on his mom with a younger 20-something-year-old and all this stuff. And so, yeah, he's got issues. And it's just, I really enjoyed the story. I think there's a couple of things I think that I didn't really like, but it didn't stop the part of the story, like the love story with Willow and Marcus and them finding each other and going through these troubles with each other. It didn't stop me from liking that part. But there definitely is a lot of girl shaming, I guess you could say, in a way, because of the girl who is taking away Marcus's dad. And Marcus calls her a lot of different names in the story. Which, no, that's not okay, guys. I mean, I get you're upset and frustrated and mad, but there's no reason. There's no reason for it. So that was one kind of part. And then, of course, the cheating part is not, yeah. That's not okay. I can't. Those are like the main two issues I think I have with the book. But I love and of course you have all the guys that are pretty much players and can do what the hell they want. And it's just, I don't know. Like I said, I'm mainly in it for Marcus and Willow's story. I think once they start seeing each other and being together is what I enjoy in the story. And I do love the fact that regardless of who Cage is, because he's mentioned as this big player and he goes out and sleeps with all these girls every night and doesn't come home, blah, 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 about, all this, that no matter what happens, he is always going to be there for Willow. And that is another part that I really loved. I mean, he would drop whatever he's doing, pick up the phone, call her. He would leave whatever he was doing, whoever he was doing, and go save her from whatever mess she thought she was in. And I mean, that's a sweet thing in my opinion. Maybe not just leaving someone, but I don't know. I love that. Maybe it was a little too overprotective, but he kind of slowly let that go and kind of let Lo do what she wanted, or kind of, let her make her own mistakes. And I like that. And then you have Marcus, who is definitely a sweetheart as well. Like, you could tell the amount of love and the caring and stuff he had for his mother and sister. Like, he was all there for it. When his dad treated them bad or treated his mom bad, he was right there taking care of his mom, trying to pull her out of her funk. It's just, I adored that. I know there's a lot of guys like that, and it just, I don't know, it's really sweet, heartwarming, I guess, in a way. But of course, in stories too, you're gonna have these little twists and stuff, and I actually listen to I think I pretty much listen to like 95% of this on audiobook, which I've gotten which was okay. Um, I think I was okay with Willow's narrator. I don't know, she was okay, but I think it was the accent for Marcus's narrator that just kind of tripped me out. I know they're from the South, so they've got this deep, or not deep, but they've got this Southern accent because I'm from Texas, so I'm sure I have an accent to other people too. But I don't know, it was just this definitely deep Southern accent from like Alabama, I believe. That's where Seabreeze is, yeah. And I think in a way it just threw me for a while. I mean, I got through the book. I mean, I listened to the audio. I didn't have a problem with it. It's just that just kind of threw me off because I think all the other books that I've listened to haven't really had that kind of draw or whatever to it. So, but that's just the audio. But like I said, there were some twists in the story. And once it was kind of shown from, I think one of Willow's lines to her sister or something, like it kind of just clicked for me what was going to happen and who this person was to other people in the story. So, and I was just like, yep, that's not going to be a good thing come the end, near the end of the story, because they're all going to find out, and I'm just that happily ever after that I was thinking of, it's not gonna go down very well. But most of these stories have that sweet ending. So, but yeah, and let's see what other character talked a lot. I don't think I talked a lot about Lo. Like I said, she was from the wrong side of the tracks. Everybody walked out on her. Her dad left her for another family. Her mom passed away. And all she had was her sister and her niece, which her sister was a complete, just treated her like complete garbage. And that's when she would run to Cage's apartment and stay with Cage or whatever. When when her sister would kick her out and not want her to be there or whatever. Then you had Lo's little niece, Larissa, who was so adorable in the story. Like, just, she seems so sweet and so cute and innocent, and the way Larissa, or the way Lo showed her affection and her love for this little girl was adorable. Because I have nieces, and I don't see them all the time, but I love them with all my heart. And I know where Lo was coming from. I would definitely probably do anything I could to make those girls happy. If, But yeah. So, all in all, it was a good story. Just two different people from two different worlds coming together and defying what their friends and what their towns perceive them as, I guess, if that makes any sense. So yeah, I will definitely be reading. I think the next one is Hold On Tight, if I'm not mistaken. So I might read that one next month. I don't know. Who knows? I think I have audiobooks for pretty much all of the books. So definitely we'll check these out. But yeah. If you have read these stories, let me know what you thought and which characters you liked. I will see you guys next time. Bye.